It's been here for a while. They only took the best cuts, left the rest to rot. What a waste. Fucking poachers. Whoa!
Nässätte fosfei! Ketty oten jälleen! Hujak!
There's no escape! Go! Go! Quick! Da! Quick! Da! Quick! Quick! To hell with There's no escape! No mercy! You're no match for me!
Come on, then! Fuck you!
Quick! Da! Da! God! Go! Quick, quick!
My mark.
Go! Ka! Go! Whoa.
Don't know. I'll get you. What do you want?
Victory or death!
No, you don't.
Go! 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 Ah! Easy, easy. Nice and slow. Whoa! Go! Go! Nice and slow. Whoa! Whoa!
How can I help you?
Ah!
I can
I'd like you to give me a good scrub and take care of my clothes, please.
Don't worry, friend.
There we are. You're all done. And stop by again any time. Remember, cleanliness is next to
My,
godliness.
What muscles you have! With a man like you, I feel safe even in the deepest. Darkest.
Nice and slow. Whoa! Whoa! Easy, good horse. By the way, like you were saying about that book,
My favorite book? Pray tell, did you find it?
as I wandered through the fortress, I stumbled upon von Bergov's chambers, and there it lay. Red leather, gold inlay, just as you said.
You really found it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, did you have any time to leaf through it and see what it's about?
I read a bit of it.
What did you think?
While reading it, I thought the writing style seemed familiar.
Really?
Well, yeah. As if I knew the writer himself. Or herself.
Women writing books. Come now.
Why not? I bet they would write better than many men.
Such audacity.
More like experience. I once helped with copying. Most of it was boring drivel.
I can imagine. A person does all that work to learn to read and write, but then they sit you down at a table to copy the works of others for the rest of your life.
Waste of time, right?
Not just time, above all, talent.
Hold on. Who wrote this then?
I did. Look, you've never thought about writing something.
Me? And what would I write?
How should I know? Poetry, a novel, a treatise, or a whole book?
That's a tempting notion. Who knows? In another life, I might have become a writer.
Wouldn't you want to at least give it a try?
I suppose I'm not quite sure where you're going with this.
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish writing it together. You and me. What do you think?
That sounds great.
We'll have plenty of light and privacy in my chambers. Will you escort me?
My pleasure.
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many ideas, but we must contribute in equal part.
Both? Well, fine. What should I do?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. A tale of a man or a woman? I'll take careful notes of everything.
Well, being a man myself, a man, I suppose.
Why not? And what kind of a man is he?
You mean I have to think up a name?
You don't need to, but try to describe him so I can better imagine him. With a single word, even.
Well,
Why?
you mean...
You don't need...
Now, there've already been enough heroes, saints, kings, and martyrs. So an ordinary person.
That's 2 words, but I'll forgive you. And do you want it to be an ordinary villain or an ordinary do-gooder?
Make him a do-gooder. But he can also have some bad traits to make it believable.
Very well. And what kind?
That sounds as if you've already thought of one.
Oh, my. And not just...
Yeah. Anyone's faults are easy to find.
Especially when that person doesn't even try to hide them.
And what's wrong with that? Would you prefer for people to pretend to be better than they are?
No. But putting your bad habits on display for all to see isn't great either.
Do you know anyone without faults?
Of course not. Whenever I thought that of someone, I was quickly disabused of my illusions.
Who, for example?
Oh, I don't need to look far. My father, and my brother as well, have taught me much in this vein.
What actually happened between them? I heard they had a falling out.
Venser was a hothead. He kept urging Father not to put up with insults and stand his ground. Father explained to him in vain that to respond to such provocations would give the king's people an excuse to take from us. Actually, Venser went to defend the city a bit, out of defiance. We didn't even have time to say goodbye.
Tell me more about Kunzlin. What's he like?
Father is the last Rudhard in Kuttenberg. After the death of his son, there remains only a daughter, who will not bear the family name. He doesn't want to go down in history as the weak Rutard, who gave away his entire estate to Sigismund and ended the family line.
All right. But what's he like really? As a father?
Wise, caring, considerate, and strict. But it's hard to blame him.
Tell me more about your brother. What was he like?
I had always thought Venser was determined, brave and proud, except he was really more stubborn, short-tempered, and vain. And not a day goes by when I do not think of him. In spite of everything, he was my older brother, and I miss him.
Was he the one who taught you how to shoot a crossbow?
Yes. And also to ride a horse, curse in 3 languages, belch aloud, and other things every proper lady should know.
And Kunzlin certainly also mourns for Venser.
Naturally. As a father, he lost a son. As a Ruthard, he lost his future. There's 2 reasons for mourning.
You speak as if he didn't even have a heart.
If they hadn't quarreled, Venser might still be here today. But there's no point in going on about it. Back to work. Which bad trait did you choose?
He could be born with his foot in his mouth. I know many such. They blurt something out, and only then think about it.
That's a good idea. His mouth gets him into trouble, but in the end, also out of it. That would be a joy to write. Well, just about finished.
Well, let's have a look.
Not yet. Something's missing.
What?
A picture. I don't trust myself with proper illumination, but I think I can handle a sketch. Especially if you'll be my model.
What? And what on earth do I have to do?
Have you ever seen a heron? Imitate one.
A heron? Well, maybe like this?
Well, now we're done.
Finally. I'm sore all over.
Your suffering is over. Come take a look at what we've done. Your reward. So what about that story of ours? Tell me your impressions.
I haven't read it yet.
Well, go make amends. So what about that story?
That's nice. A bit didactic, but not to the point of boring moral bludgeoning. And that's the way it should be. Sermons for ordinary people work in a similar way. They entertain and encourage, with a few lessons added in between.
You see, when I lead mass one of these days, I'll certainly think of you. And what about the sketch? For such a slapdash job, it's not bad, right?
Oh, it's pretty, really. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that.
I know I'm no master illuminator, but otherwise, I think we can be quite satisfied. And thank you for the help. I really enjoyed it.
Well, so did I. And for that matter, you're an interesting girl, and I'd like to get to know you a little better.
No beating around the bush. How about that? Please do stop by sometime. I wager it will be enlightening for both of us. Perhaps I can show you my collection of hunting trophies.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift. Easy, good horse.
Why would I drop you in? Fuck yourself. Fuck you, horson!
No, I just want to be sure nobody finds out. You never know.
I'll deal with you in a flash.
Nice and slow.
How come you weren't in church on Sunday?
People walk here too, you know.
Here you go. Take it.
Caress your soul. Greetings. Do you need something?
What are you doing here, Goodman?
What does it look like? I'm handing out wine from my vineyard.
You're giving it away for free.
My vineyard is new, and the folks in this town are damn stubborn. So I figured I'd pour a cask or two into them, and maybe they'd get a taste for it. What about your good self? Would you like to try it?
Free wine? I'd be a fool to say no to that.
My thoughts exactly, Goodman. Here you are. To your health. I'm curious what you'll think of it.
Oh, are you sure that's wine you poured me? This tastes like... Well, how should I say it?
Forgive me, Goodman, but say no more. In vino veritas, and the truth in my wine. An idiot whose wife is cuckolding him, whose children can't stand him, and even the dog pisses in his boots every morning. And my wine tastes like dog piss as well. I never should have bought that damn... If it wasn't for those fucking monks selling their wine everywhere, they...
Is there anything I could do to help you?
With the dog pissing in my boots? Well, I'm not sure. I tried sticking his snout in it. Piss in my boots again the next morning.
I meant your business troubles.
Oh, I see. Maybe you could. If you're not from around...
No, I'm not.
Allow me to introduce myself. Caspar Rudolph, vineyard owner and a not very successful wine seller.
I'm Henry.
Maybe you could help me, Henry. I'm looking for someone who can pretend.
Sure, why not? If all you need is someone folk won't recognize.
The monks in Seklet's monastery make excellent wine. They call it the monastery secret. People can't get enough of it, and I can't figure out what their secret is. But I intend to find out.
A secret? Well, just the job for me. I'm a bit of an expert when it comes to secrets hidden in monasteries.
The custodian of the monastery vineyard has a relative in town, an innkeeper called Havel. And this Havel is a real know-it-all when it comes to wine. If you were to pose as a sommelier who's just come back from abroad, I'm sure he'd be...
That won't be a problem. I've drunk so much wine I know all about it.
Excellent. But I also have this clever book all about wine by Bushek of Velha. I'm sure you'll learn a thing or two from it.
The book might come in handy.
When I said I have it, that wasn't, entirely accurate.
What's the truth then?
The book belongs to me, but I lent it to someone and she hasn't given it back yet. Miss Adleta Manlika should have it. I lent it to her during our, let's call it our friendship, which has come to an end.
Didn't you say you're married?
What has that to do?
Oh, I'm sure your wife wouldn't mind if you asked an old girlfriend to...
Oh dear. Adleta used to have rather more friends than might be expected, but her family's patience ran out, so they arranged her marriage and put an end to her dalliance. Since then, Adleta has been confined to her room and guarded like the...
And you want me to break in?
Well, yes. Master Swordsmith Manlicha has a house in... Adleta is either locked in her room or walks in the gardens behind the Italian court. The Manlichas don't want any more...
It doesn't matter. I'll find a way to get...
Great! Any more questions?
Do you have any idea what this...
They're monks, so it could be anything. Maybe they put the crushed up bones of saints in it, or they sit...
Do you really think Havel would just tell me the secret? You don't even know if he actually knows.
Havel really is a bit thick. Either the monks have a secret and Havel will tell you, or there's no secret.
I'll get right on it then.
Excellent. And don't forget, making an You look like you can handle it. Take care. The taste is...
Easy, easy.
Hey!
Nice and slow.
You have... Good afternoon.
I'd like to go into the gardens. Why are you on guard here?
I'm afraid my sister is resting in the gardens and doesn't wish to be disturbed.
Do these gardens belong to you, so you can decide who...
Like I said, my sister doesn't want to be disturbed, and my father must...
That's a very fine sword you have, Goodman.
And so it should be. It was made by my father, a master swordsmith.
Well, you can tell it's perfectly balanced at first glance. I may not be able to see the blade, but the way the hilt is...
It seems you know your stuff, good man.
I'm an apprentice swordsmith.
For someone from Kuttenberg? I'm surprised.
No, my master is Martin Menschy from Prague. We're just traveling north. My master wants to deliver a piece in person.
You don't say. Master Menschy is in Kuttenberg? Do you think I could talk to him? I admire his work, and so does my...
Of course. Come to the Hangman's Halter Tavern. My master will be pleased to have company.
Thanks. If you want to enter the gardens, go ahead. Just keep away from my sister. My father has forbidden her to speak to men.
Don't worry. I'll give you my word as a swordsmith.
Wiedersehen, mein Herr.
Are you Miss Adletta?
That's me. And what is your name, you handsome fellow?
Henry.
A nice name. But I have to warn you, I won't be a miss for much longer. Seeing you here makes me regret that a little, though.
The pleasure's all mine. I'm here on behalf of Caspar Rudolph. It's about the book he lent you.
Caspar? Oh, the poor thing got a proper hiding from my father. How is he?
His vineyards aren't bringing in much, and he's generally not doing too well. That's why I'm here, in fact. Bushek's book may not be the most precious manuscript in the world, but it'll help Caspar.
When we were friends, he gifted me that book. There was no mention of it being on loan, and now he wants it back all of a sudden?
No offense, miss, but are you even interested in a treatise on wine?
Of course not. But Caspar kept going on about it, and since I've been locked up here, I've even tried to read it out of sheer boredom, so that I don't have to embroider all the time.
What if we became friends, and you gave me the book?
You're taking a big risk, good man. My father could have your tongue cut out for that kind of...
That doesn't bother me.
But it's not that easy to become a...
I could write a poem for you.
Love poetry. I have to warn you that...
One stolen glance, tender and true, captured my heart, beholden to you. Your beauty and grace, like flowers in spring, as the rising sun, you make the birds sing.
That wasn't bad, good man. You have talent. You deserve a reward.
I'd like to take Caspar's book now.
Of course. That's what you came for, isn't it?
How about a kiss?
Here, now? In broad daylight?
Why not? We're alone here.
That's what you think. I don't want to make my family angry. And it would be a pity if you came to harm as well.
So you don't want...
If the circumstances were different, who knows? But your charming courtship has made me happy.
I have the book, so I'll be off.
Farewell, Henry. Never forget me. happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
I'm sorry.
Slowly. Nice and slow. Whoa! Whoa!
A wonderful day for a wonderful
Use the apples, yellow and red. Come and buy some apples.
mugs for sale.
I'll be closing soon. Shop while you can.
Iron tools!
But high quality.
Whoa!
God bless you, sir. Aye.
What's new in
Nothing much. If you're interested...
Pavel? The owner of the local inn, I assume?
That I am. How can I help you?
When I asked where I should go in this city for good wine, your inn was recommended.
You've come to the right place. You won't find better wine in this city. Have you come from far away?
Very far, Goodman. I'm Henry, and I rarely hear my name spoken in my native tongue.
Mine has an unusual ingredient in it. Let's see if you can tell what it is.
I travelled around France.
Wonderful! It's not often I get the... It'd be nice to have someone to discuss the drink of kings with.
An invitation I can't refuse. Thank you.
Well, good man. How shall we begin our tasting? Ah, I know. How about a little white to begin with?
Excellent.
So, what do you say to that?
Hints of vanilla. That's uncommon. And I have to say, that greenish spring colour is perfect.
You're right. A rare flavor and color tone. It's essentially a lighter wine. I like it because it's suitable for many occasions. When I don't know what to serve, I pull out a Moravian white. My father-in-law loves it. He'll be a blessed 70 years old this year, so I'm giving him a few casks to make his old age a little merrier.
That's very kind of you.
There's nothing but misers in this town. They wouldn't think twice about taking their... I'm not like that. Do I have money? Of course. But I don't hoard it. I try to make people around me happy.
And you're treating me to this wine. You're a real Samaritan, like it says in the Bible.
Anyway, let's have a cup of some...
My thoughts exactly.
What shall we... Ah, I know. Let's have some red. How about a young Blaufränkisch from Austria?
From you, Goodman, anything. Pour away.
Quite a decent vintage.
A bit bitter for my tastes. But you said it's a young Blaufränkisch. I'm getting notes of black currant. The colour is dark, almost purple, but as it should be.
Yes, the colour enchants me every time. Almost like drinking from an inkwell.
Oh, I've never drunk ink. Would you recommend it?
My grandfather used to say, you won't know till you've tried it. He lived and died by that saying.
Uh-huh. What happened to him?
Well, the poor fella suffered from ulcers. So one day, true to his favourite saying, he tried drink... Burn the canker, he said. Well, he burnt it so thoroughly, he was dead in a week. God rest his soul.
To your grandfather, and his contribution to advancing the knowledge of medicine.
If you've travelled so widely, tell me, in France, what wine do... And I don't mean what wealthy nobility think, but what true...
Chardonnay, definitely.
But that's the type of grape. I mean the type of wine. I surely don't have to tell you...
Well, it's hard to come up with something off the top of my head, but,
Ah, well, never mind. Well then, let's move on to the... After all that quality stuff, let's refresh ourselves with something simpler. Would you like a hip...
Certainly. The better ones will go straight to our heads. And I'll admit, I do like it from time to time.
Nothing to be ashamed of. It's not easy to make a good hippocras. Mine has an unusual ingredient in it. Let's see if you can tell what it...
Very nice. I'd say it's... mint?
Precisely. It gives a nice freshness, wouldn't you say? And there's a garden full of it right behind the tavern. I don't know where to put it all.
But it's missing some kick. I reckon your cook forgot to add something. Ginger. It's missing ginger.
But of course. The cook told me they didn't have any at the market. You have a refined tongue, good man. I'll give you that. After that hippocras, we should have something more high class. I've got a rare Hungarian wine from Eger. Very strong and very sweet.
Bring it on. This is no time for weak wine.
My thoughts exactly. So what do you think? Good, isn't it?
Very strong. Matured in an oak barrel, undoubtedly. Colour is excellent as well. A crimson red. The smell is heavy, spicy, almost suffocating. I have to admit, I haven't had much Hungarian wine, but maybe I should change that.
I drank this particular wine from Eger at a banquet held to celebrate the new city council. Hungarian government, Hungarian wine, and Hungarian delicacies. I was so looking forward to enjoying some nice Hungarian sausages or pate. but I ended up leaving disappointed.
How so?
They started bringing out melons, apples, plums, and all sorts of other fruit. And finally, they served fish. I don't eat fish, and fruit makes me burp. So I went hungry at a feast.
Well, that's very unusual. Fruit, fish, and red wine. Maybe it's some sort of Hungarian custom.
I was so disappointed that I wanted to make myself something at home to get rid of the taste. But I was so drunk that I fell asleep. The housekeeper woke me up, and what can I tell you? The porridge was charcoal, the kitchen was like a smokehouse, and I had egg on my face. Well, that's Hungary checked off the list. What's next?
How about something local? I noticed there were vineyards in Kuttenberg.
But of course, we have vineyards and grapes from Burgundy that Emperor Charles himself had brought in. The local vintners grow some fine grapes, but they're still learning everything that comes after that. The local stuff gets diluted a lot. They flavor it with all sorts of shit, or leave it for vinegar.
Don't tell me you don't have a drop of anything local that would be worth trying.
Well, there's the monastery secret. A wine from the Sedlets monastery. My cousin Jerome is the custodian of the monastery vineyard.
Ah. Why is it called secret?
Taste it, and you'll see.
Interesting. There's no trace of any flavour that shouldn't be there. Neither honey nor spices. Just the pure taste of wine. But there is something to it. Something I don't recognise.
That's it, good man.
Is that the secret?
Exactly. The monks add a secret ingredient to the wine.
A secret ingredient? How do you know that?
Like I said, my cousin Jerome is the custodian of the monastery vineyard, and I handle their supply. Sometimes I bring food for the workers, new barrels, tools and the like. And from time to time, I bring them a sealed crate which smells peculiar. Jerome didn't want to tell me what's in it, but when I insisted, he told me it's some kind of incense they burn in the barrels.
Really? I've never heard of such a thing.
Neither have I. But like I said, the chest was sealed and the whole thing is shrouded in secrecy.
A real monastery secret. What should we drink next?
I'm glad you like my wine. But that's enough tasting for today. After all, I've offered you everything worth trying, and now the wine, but you're welcome to stay in my tavern as long as you like. I have to say, I really enjoyed our chat. It's rare to meet someone who really understands wine.
I enjoyed your company a lot too. Nevertheless, I won't keep you, Goodman, and I'll bid you farewell.
Farewell, and if you decide to extend your stay in Kuttenberg, stop by for a drink again.
Definitely. God be with you.
Milk and cheese here. Fresh milk. Good cheese. Stop that whistling. You're behaving like a child.
Easy.
My.
Easy. Nice and slow.
Wine! Try some wine from the Kuttenberg vineyard! God bless you, sir.
I spoke to Havel.
And? How did it go?
Good. I had to drink a bit of wine to get some answers.
And what did he say?
It took a while. But in the end, he told me sometimes crates of a special incense are brought to the vineyard, and they apparently burn it in the barrels.
What? Incense? And he wasn't just yanking your...
He may have been drunk, but he was telling the truth. He doesn't know what incense it is, just that they get it delivered.
Right, and here's a small reward so you don't go around saying old Casper's ungrateful. But now I need you to look into it further. We need to find out what this special incense is for. We'll have to take a look in the vineyard and take some of that incense.
We, meaning me, right?
Of course I mean you.
I'll do it, but I want more coin. It's a risky thing to do. What's more, it's the monastery's vineyard, and I don't want to end up on the wrong side of the church.
All right, I'll give you more, but I want you to know you're
I'm the one likely to actually bleed. Now tell me where to look. The vineyard is pretty big.
It's big, true. But there's a vineyard house right in the middle. The custodian lives there, as well as the sides. There's also a side garden where they grow new varieties of grapes. If you could manage to bring me a few...
Where exactly?
A short way to the north of town. It's pretty large, you can't miss it.
How do I get in?
The simplest thing would be to get hired as a laborer. There'll be lots of work there.
What if they catch me?
You have to be careful. The vineyard is closely guarded, especially at night, and thieves are punished very...
I'm on it then.
Good luck. By the way, what about the business with the man...
Yes, Miss Adletter is sweet. And she even gave me back your book. Here it is.
Ah, thanks very much. I'll try to sell it and pay off at least some of my debts. Take care. Wine! Try some wine from the Kuttenberg vineyard!
You have a...
Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
God! God!
Quick!
God! God! God!
I better not forget about that council assembly. Stay.
I must be mad. Eh? Huh. Right. The hell with it.
This crate smells like sulfur. This could be it.
What was that? Did I imagine it?
quick! Easy, good horse.
God bless you, sir.
I'm back, and I've got the mysterious monastery incense. It looks like wood chips soaked in sulfur. It stinks a bit.
They were smoking barrels with this. Sulfur is the stink of hell, and this is a monastery vineyard.
Maybe there's another reason. The miners in Scallis used to say where there's sulfur, it's easier to breathe. Healthier air.
But it stinks to high hell.
So do many noble delicacies, and they're still delicious.
I suppose you're right. I'll give it a try. I hope it doesn't make my wine reek. Here's your reward. I added a bit more, as we agreed.
I almost forgot. I have the seedlings.
Ah! I'm curious what they'll grow into. You've made me doubly happy, Henry. So, here's a little something on top for you. Farewell.
Easy, good horse.
You're not from here, eh? Around here.
always welcome here, good sir.
Slowly. Nice and... slow.
My.
I'm going to see the Mint Master. May I enter?
Any fool could say that. What do you want from him?
I have an appointment with him.
All right. Go ahead then. But don't waste too much of his time.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
These days, we need to rely on ourselves.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again? I'll call the guards.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace. Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Call it what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly. And I reckon you can help me.
The Assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
No, Sigismund's just a usurper. Wenceslas is the only true Bohemian king.
Singing Ruthard's song, eh? I might have known. Speak then. What do you want? And tell the truth.
I want to know what Sigismund tells the council. I hear it'll be important.
You want to spy? Do you know what you're risking? And what I'd be risking? Forget it.
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shape up.
All right, all right. Maybe we can make a deal. If I get you into the council, you'll behave appropriately and you won't betray yourself, or especially me. And that will be the end of our business together.
And how about a few groschen to seal our fruitful relationship?
You're worse than a horse dealer. Have it your way, then. You can get into the council assembly relatively easily. My cook's son will be serving there. He's roughly around your age. Maybe he can be persuaded to let you stand in for him. Although, not everyone would want to give up an opportunity to serve the King of Hungary.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name. Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a waiter. Which reminds me, you'll need his letter of permission to serve in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let inside.
What will I need to work as a waiter there?
Fast feet and good manners. And the livery of a royal waiter.
Excuse me?
Or do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and muddy hose?
Well, no. But I never heard about any livery before.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king. Don't even show up there without it.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today from Master Tailor Schneider. You'll almost certainly run into him there. That is, if he's up and about after his boozing bout. I swear that fellow practically lives at that Tin Hen.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is Zum Eisernen Adler.
What would work on him? How can I persuade him to give me his job?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly. Now do your part.
I'll be going then.
Just make sure we both come out of it alive.
Lords won't protect us.
That sort of talk is dangerous. The tournament...
Careful!
Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
Heavens, that man!
Nice and slow.
Don't you know how to keep your horse under control?
Have you got those clothes for me?
Here they are. The best fabric. The finest work. I nearly left my fingers on them for buttons. I'll tell you, you won't get work like that just anywhere.
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost, but they're first class, I have to admit. Thanks, Schneider. I'll gladly recommend you if anyone asks.
Greetings, sir.
Show me your...
Nothing to your liking, sir?
I hear one Franta cooldown is supposed to come and...
You're too late. Franta already... Died, broadcloth! Beautiful colours.
You must be Franta cooldown.
I am. And who might you be?
I'm Henry. I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's it to you?
Supposing I took the job on for you. You can put your feet up, fill your belly, and I'll do all the work for you.
Look here. It's not like I'm all that keen on it, but it's well paid. Apart from that, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine, while I run around like a bugger with pitchers so they don't run dry. Why would you want to stick your nose in there?
I want to see the king in the flesh.
Why's that?
I heard a lot about him. How he won lots of battles, how he's courageous...
And as bad-tempered as the devil. He's got the councillors shitting themselves, fearing what's coming at this assembly. The more I think about it, the happier I am about not having to be there. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a waiter at the council and you're capable of serving even His Majesty. Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you? Can you tell different wines apart and that?
Well, to tell the truth...
You're off to a great start, but whatever. If you make a mess of it and the king has you whipped, you've no one to blame but yourself. Show the confirmation to the head butler. Tell him I sent you and think up some good excuse. Clear?
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a brand new one made. Here it is. I look like a prick in it. Hopefully it'll sit better on you. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly or get it covered in shit.
Thanks. I won't disgrace you, I promise.
You better not. Farewell, sir.
Hats, furs, ornate pouches.
Linen canvas.
Good morning to you.
Show me your...
I hope you find what you're looking for next time, good sir. There's nothing going on here.
Shoes here. Shoe repair. Repair.
Easy, good horse. Slowly.
And the council as
Nice
a
and
whole
slow.
are looking for volunteers. Something you won't believe. I've traveled the whole world.
Hey! You nearly ran into
Gepriesen sei der Herr. What do you need?
When is the next?
In 4 days.